Hello everyone, back with an IRS tax refund update. On today's episode, we're covering the latest tax refund news, including the new step the IRS has just announced they're taking in addressing the tax return backlog. Meanwhile, the IRS has released its latest update as well as the next batch of tax refunds to those with the next scheduled release date, so we'll recap on that as well. And a step for those of you still waiting on refunds who claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit and or Child Tax Credit may want to do. We'll also look at why some of you are seeing that refund status error message online. Now, the IRS has once again increased the number of unprocessed tax returns in their latest update to now 11.4 million, which means in just the last 30 days that number has grown by over 1 million. And this is despite the movement we've been seeing over the last 3 weeks. Now, where you stand among this number, it depends on your filing situation. For those e-filers, you're still among the nearly 2 million waiting on yours to be processed, while the number of backlog of paper returns has grown now to 9.5 million. Not included in that 11.4 million number is all of those waiting on their amended returns to be processed, which now stands at 2 million. If you're waiting on your refund due to the IRS needing to verify wage information, there's still over 3 million employer returns still needing processing. The fact we're in July and these backlog numbers are still growing by the week is increasingly alarming and shows how bad the IRS has let the situation become. Due to the growing problem, the IRS has announced they are rerouting tax returns and correspondence from locations with high backlogs to locations with more staff available. Now, this is a decision that should actually have been made back in February. It would have relieved the pressure on the only 3 tax processing centers left in the country and would have increased tax processing numbers and issuing of many of your refunds. Now, for those of you still waiting on your refunds who claim the Earned Income Tax Credit and or Child Tax Credit and have not done so already, please confirm the IRS is not holding your refund due to the need to submit documentation in regards to your dependents. This applies to even those of you who have been claiming your dependents for many years now, because we're seeing a high number of refund holds due to this very reason. And with the IRS not sending out proper notices, many are not aware this is a cause of their refund delay. With the IRS answering only 10% of phone calls, it is recommended you contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service or your congressional representative's office to help determine if this is the reason for your delay. If you're among this impacted group, your tax return will remain unprocessed until the appropriate documentation is sent to the IRS. Once the appropriate documentation is received, that hold will be lifted and the return can be processed with a refund issued after that. In other news, the next batch of tax refunds have been transmitted by the IRS to banks nationwide to those who are part of the July 13th batch. Among those part of this batch include electronic filers who filed anywhere between January 24th and late February, and paper filers who filed in the month of February. Taxpayers who have accounts with Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Credit Karma, and Chime have reported receiving those direct deposits in their accounts so far. If you've not received your direct deposit by July 18th, you may need to initiate a payment trace to locate that refund. Also, it should be noted there are still many January and February filers out there who are not part of this batch and still waiting on their refunds. Now, a smaller refund batch is scheduled to be released on July 15th as well. The refund status tracker on the IRS website continues to display inaccurate information, and taxpayers who have in fact received their refunds continue to report the refund status results never in fact updated and continue to display that their tax return is still processing. So make sure to check your tax transcripts to see if a refund has been in fact issued in regards to your 2021 tax returns. A number of our viewers continue to report seeing this error message when checking their tax refund status results. Now, it has to be noted in most cases you're in fact entering the correct information despite what the message says, but it's the fact your tax return is still not in the system is the true reason why you're seeing this. Those paper filers will continue to see this until your return begins to be processed by an IRS employee. Because of the problems encountered this year, many are already thinking about what they will be doing differently next tax season, from those claiming EITC or CTC not filing until after February 15th because of the PATH Act, to paper filers who are now going to e-file, to e-filers using a different tax software in filing their tax returns, and to those who plan on reducing their withholding. Let us know what, if any, changes you are planning for next year. Also, let us know in the comment section below what problem you're currently experiencing and when and how you filed that tax return. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.